thing is that the lighting will get your beautiful side, bro. Yeah, we're actually. I was gonna say some nasty shit, but then I started pushing. I was like, never mind. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to Swolenations. We have Jacob right here.
What up,
right
guys?
there. What's up, bro? We're gonna talk about everything from life, trauma, drug addiction,
Uncle storm closets.
Uncle.
Everything. We're talking about everything.
How I stopped my alcohol addiction?
Yeah, alcohol addiction, whiskey boys.
As I'm drinking right now.
Yes.
As I'm drinking right now, bro.
Whiskey boys.
Dude,
I'm back on the podcast.
you're back, and then
Hey.
hopefully the sound's a little better. We're setting up, as you can see. Look at this. You don't have to fucking. As you can see, we're fucking.
We got this cool radio. I'm pretty sure it plays records.
We got the fantastic Elton John.
And then Kendrick Lamar.
Elton John actually got most of his
lyrics,
inspiration from Kendrick
Kendrick.
Lamar.
Dang.
A lot of people don't know that.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I'm not a big music guy, so you probably know what you mean.
Yeah, dude. Actually, I don't know if you've heard of Beethoven.
No.
He really took. He took a lot of his
inspiration
from
J. Cole, right?
Jake, yeah.
Dude, maybe I know more music than I thought. Okay, I get it.
So what's up, bro? How have you been? I haven't seen you in a while.
It's actually the first time I've seen Juan in like 4 weeks.
It's been 80 years.
4 to 8. It's been 84 years.
It's been 84 years.
It's just, yeah, I'm good. Yeah. I'm just chilling.
How's training?
Training.
How was
normal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was that fast? That social media fast that you?
Oh yeah. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, dude.
I took about 5 weeks off of Instagram. Probably the most selfless thing I could have ever done. Most selfless act of heroism.
I think, dude, that is pretty hard, dude.
2019. In 2019, it's probably the coolest thing I could have done, honestly. But that was good, you know. It helped me detox and, you know, not to say some, you know, stupid shit, but like it helped me like live in the moment.
I mean, dude, that makes sense. So we actually did it at the same time without knowing.
Realizing it.
Yeah, we were realizing
Well,
it.
we were both on social media, so
At the same, yeah.
how do we know?
Right, and then and then I hadn't seen you, and I was like.
So how would we have known? So basically, we're connected.
Technically, we all message each other. Mentally, we were like, hey, bro.
Yeah, we're getting off social media
For the rest of October.
for the rest of October, so jump off. Do it now.
And you're like, I think I'm going to come off social media.
I'm gonna come off like, oh.
I was like,
I mean, social media. Yeah.
no, bro, you're all natural. We talked about this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're all natural. All natty. 100%.
We're all natural, dude.
Yeah.
You see all this hair, bro?
Dude, you see, dude.
Fuck. It's all that,
Natty boys for life, dude.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Natty boys.
Natty
How do you make
boys.
it? How do you make an N? Natty boys.
I'll hit up my fellow gang members. Hey, brothers. How do
Natty
you do
boys. How do you do an N for a gang sign?
I'm not trying to be a gang member. I just want to know how
I
to.
just don't know how to spell an N because I'm trying to do this thing for podcast. Okay.
Guys,
Okay,
I'm not trying to do anything. Just.
yeah. No, but it was good. You know, good, nice social media detox. How I think helped me out. You know, live in the moment. You know, because I would like capture a lot of stuff like on IG when I would do things. You know, I'd go first thing I'd do be like, oh, put this on IG, but I didn't do that because I didn't have IG, so
That's
it
cool.
made me more like not on my phone. Live in the moment, you know. Also focus on myself and not other people, you know.
No, dude, that makes a lot of sense.
And you can still do that, but
Bro, the first week was weird.
it was weird.
It's like I would.
My thumb
My
thumb would just go to the Instagram
I just
app, and then it wouldn't open, which then made me real sad at first, and then yeah, so it was good though. It was good.
That's good, dude. I came back focused, and I came back like going on Instagram a lot less.
Mm-hmm.
No, I was a little more conscious of like
what you were doing on it.
Yeah, of what I was doing on it, what I was posting. I did a lot of stuff, dude. I ended up like I was talking about this a little bit on the last podcast that I kind of followed a lot of people.
I did that too.
That just like
too.
I came back and I'm like, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this.
I did unfollow a lot of people too.
It wasn't like no disrespect. It was just something that I felt like I had to do.
Yeah, I think unfollowing people. I think people get like too like
Hurt
about it, you know. And I'm like, well, sorry, dude. Like if that's like the only thing you care about, then like because I think if you're just caring about like your social media followers, and maybe like you got your priorities a little messed up.
What?
Wow, that was a bold statement.
We're stopping this fucking podcast
right
now.
I'm gonna take it back. I mean,
you got all your priorities set up properly.
Yeah, no,
bro.
Just kidding.
Just kidding. You're like kidding.
Oh man, I don't want to get any hate.
I'm sorry.
For all my comments that I just made.
They're gonna be like, I just think
I just think it's funny that you think you're better than us.
So what? You think you're better than me just because I obsess over followers and likes? Well,
wow,
fuck you.
You're stupid.
You're stupid.
Yeah, no.
I bet if I did steroids, I was better than you.
Yeah. I bet if I took the same steroids you did, I could lift that weight. It's just like that. That's exactly how the comic goes. Verbatim.
How fucking dude.
Yeah, that's good.
I hate like seeing like
we can go there.
Oh, that's fucking good. Because I see like
first topic we go there.
Oh yeah, we can do that 100%.
Let's do it.
Like this morning, I was watching a video of some dude deadlifting. It was like on powerlifting motivation or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
First comment I see, I bet if I took steroids, that'd be as strong as you. I'm like, it's only 500, bro.
It's only 5. Guys, 500 is not that much.
I mean, it really isn't that much.
The grand scheme of powerlifting things is really not that much weight.
Yeah, dude. I love it when I... Yeah, no, but I hate that so much. And I'm like, maybe you should try going on a program. Did you ever hear that?
Did you? Never heard it. I don't think... Maybe we should tell people.
Oh.
I don't think they know.
About programs?
Yeah.
So programs.
There's these crazy things, guys, called programs.
Whoa.
They help you meet goals.
And they're going to revolutionize
And they're going to revolutionize fitness as an industry. You heard it here first. Programs.
It's going to be on tomorrow's newspaper.
Yeah, it's going to be frontline news, guys. Frontline news.
Fucking hilarious, dude.
It's frontline news programs.
Are you on a bodybuilding program right now, or are you on a...
I'm on my own program.
You're on your own program right now?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I make my own programming for the most part. I follow kind of basic, undulating periodization program, RPE based, not so much percentage based, but that's kind of always kind of how I've done it. Non-linear, of course, because it's undulating, but kind of just, I think that for me has worked out. I've done percentage-based programs, and they're good, and in theory they work, but they do work, but, again, there's a lot more to talk about than just the program,
I think once you get to know yourself really well, like you recognize it in your own body and how it works, you know how to work with yourself.
Right, right.
Like to powerlifting, dude, I'm way too new. For me, I feel like I'm too new at it to kind of go off on my own and be like, I'm gonna.
That's why you're getting coached.
Oh no, that's why I have.
Yeah.
Chris, and that's why I have Brandy.
Yeah.
That's why.
Makes sense. Totally makes sense. Because that's I think where everyone should start. But I think the problem is no one wants to make an initial investment into that, because normally those things cost money.
What?
And I think also when things cost this, sidebar, I believe strongly in this, and I'll go on record saying this in the podcast too. Like, I very much believe in charging people for things. You know why I charge people for things? Because if I don't charge you, you're not gonna fucking follow it. So what? So I'm just wasting my time.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because it's different if it's maybe I mean, even with family and friends sometimes it gets sticky, but if they value you as a person, normally sometimes you don't run into that problem. Sometimes. About not following it because you're undervaluing it.
Okay.
But I would say 9 times out of 10, you're not following the fucking program because you didn't pay for it. Because if you don't pay for it, like I said, again, everything goes out. Unless, like I said, there's some very, appreciative people, cancers.
The cancers are here right now.
Cancers, but who do appreciate free stuff. You know, like everything that I've gotten for free, I feel like I've appreciated real well, and I've like made it known that I appreciated it, and like I've used it to whatever its full potential is, whether it be a T-shirt or, or whatever it is. I feel like I've done a good job using that, but like I said, bro, I mean, all these, and what another part of why to charge is because you're putting your name on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
If I put my name on a program and you look like shit in 8 weeks,
that's on me.
That's on me. That's not on you. That's on me now. So now it's like, oh, well, I saw someone who followed your program. They look like ass. You know, even though they don't know that they didn't follow it, but that doesn't matter because if you go to that person, they're going to say they followed it 100%.
Which is so much bullshit.
But, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's just really no way of because once you, and this is why accountability sells.
Mm-hmm.
Because the more accountability you can give, the more value that product, I feel like, inflates to.
Yeah.
Because if I sell you a gym membership, okay, it's a gym membership, I go here for equipment, okay. If I sell you a group training program that only has 3 class times, you know what I mean? And I take it now, I schedule, when you're coming in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now there's a ton more value because now I've created accountability. Because now you're saying on paper that you're going to show up to these classes.
And I have to be
there. You have to be there. And there's someone you're accountable to because there's a coach. And you're accountable to because you sign your name on this paper. And da-da. Right? And it would be even one step more if I picked you up from your house to go to the session. You know what I mean? If you were the coach, if ever the fitness industry goes to this direction, I think it could. If you agree on a piece of paper that I'm going to pick you up at 6:30 every day in the morning to go work out at my group training class where I got a coach, and I pick you up, then, like, honestly, that's the complete package.
What more do you want?
What more do you want? Unless I literally live with you, which is just not scalable. but
unless
anything,
you paid some really
unless you paid a lot of money. Anything other than that is going to be completely not scalable. But I mean, I think there is a way that you could probably get people to get picked up. You probably could do that. It would be hard.
If you really wanted to, and if you were really like
oriented. But you see what I'm saying, though?
I get that.
With the accountability thing.
Yeah.
Now it has way more value because you're accountable.
Yeah.
So when I sell you a program, the only accountability really you're giving me, and that's why so many coaches do check-ins. So many coaches do pictures. So other coaches do
like videos,
food logs, videos, all that, because now you're just creating points of contact, points of accountability. So now you have to go in and you have to tell your coach, this is what I look like, this is what I ate today, this is, my weight, this is my pictures, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
So now you have all these accountability contact points that now I think really go into the value of that program, and then people, I think even on the back end, people will say, oh yeah, like we checked in and he was with me every step of the way, versus if I just give you a program for free, and even if I did all those accountability things, I think you'd value it much less because you didn't pay for it.
It's weird, right?
Yeah, which is really weird, really fucking weird, because you would think they would value it more because you gave it to them for free, but it's the total opposite. And so many, I feel like businesses and people make this mistake on, like, you're doing something for free and you feel like you're hooking that person up, but in actuality, you're actually devaluing yourself and what you're selling.
Yeah.
Which is sometimes too low of a point to get out of.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you'll do that for too long and you'll devalue your product so much that now no one wants your shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a whole,
people are gonna be like,
just dig
I'm
farther and farther and farther and farther until, like, it's over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, for a meal plan, how much do you think? What do you think is a good price? Because I mean, I'm saying this because, like, a lot of people, because I've made like meal plans for other people that are just kind of overweight and need to lose some weight, which is not that. I mean, for me, it's not that hard to make. It's like,
right.
Here you go, dude.
Yeah.
But then you give them a price, and they're like, that's a lot. I'm like, this is actually.
Really good.
This is actually
a really good price.
This is actually really cheap. I'm not fucking giving you. This isn't like $300, and then no.
And then I never talk to you again.
Yeah, no. I'm like, hey, I'll help you. I got you. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, I think for a meal plan price, it's. I think it's a lot to what also the work you're putting in. You know, if I'm giving you a questionnaire. And, you know, I tell you to send me your training habits and what your goals are. And, you know, then at that point, just the value just increases and increases and increases and increases. However many things I also have to do. Because your time is, you know, again, if you don't put a price on your time, then it means nothing.
I'm going to start charging $100 an
$100.
hour.
I started this when I started PT.
What?
I used to PT for free.
Oh, really?
Yep, I had a couple clients that I had PT that were either very low cost or no cost. Like I used to train a couple people for $15 a session. I used to train people for $0 a session.
That's ridiculous. And a lot of people take advantage of that.
Right, and yeah, a lot of people did. But then what happened with those people is they all left and then talked a bunch of shit on how that I didn't like provide them with like this service. You know what I mean?
With this $100 service.
Yeah, with like with a high ticket service. And that was my fault. Like I messed up there because again I devalued myself and undervalued myself, so therefore people undervalued me, which was fine, because then the next client I had was $35 a session, and then that changed the scape, right? Because now I wasn't attracting the same people I was attracting before. So now at $35 a session, now I'm attracting a different audience. I'm attracting a different. Demographic of people who are, and also a demographic of myself to charge this much money. And then I know some trainers, and I know I've also charged $50 a session for some people who were, you know, either maybe a little older or, you know, injured, or maybe like had to have exercises modified them, or had me have to do back end stuff to make sure that the exercises they were doing wouldn't hurt them.
It's the value that you have to
right, and it was my research that had to go into that, which made that session $50 a session. Right, and of course, at the end of the day, I make more money, but then also I'm giving them such a better experience because I know at the end of the session I'm getting $50.
Yeah, and you're not.
And I think $50 across the board, everyone can kind of agree is like it's pretty good for an hour, right?
Pretty cheap,
Yeah, I mean that's pretty good for an hour.
And for the amount of like information you're providing.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, if you take 24-hour fitness, right? You know, they're charging $1,200 for. You know what? Like 8 sessions
for a trainer that needs to train it.
6 sessions for 12. I mean, you know, something ridiculous like that. Like a 10-pack for like $1,250. I mean, like, come on, dude. Like, I mean, some of that stuff is just it's just part of that value system. Because if you pay $1,200, I guarantee you're gonna go to every single session. Guaranteed.
Hell yeah.
Which is also why I like to also charge up front for the month, because then really you don't flake on me on the month because you already paid.
You're like, fuck, I have to
So
go.
if you don't go, then I just collect money for that time. You know what I mean? If you don't show up, you're really only hurting you.
Yeah, which, I mean, like, I feel like if you're going to be a personal trainer, you
Which sounds shitty, though. Doesn't that
it
sound shitty?
But you're, like, you're really not like that. Like,
yeah, but in practicality, that's the thing. Like, in practicality, all these things work.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like, when I just talk about this, like, okay, you're just a dickhead who doesn't care about people. But when you go out there and do it, in practicality, it makes so much sense to do it that way. Because if you don't, I guarantee you it won't work. And it will never work. So, that's my little sidebar on that. We can go back to our original question about
stuff. That's not about stuff. Yeah, just a lot of people and I agree with you, they just take advantage of your time, dude. And if you do it for free, I've done like stuff for free, like teaching people how to work out, teaching how to do stuff. And at the end of the day, they're like, anything you're giving me is not working. I'm like, no,
it's not working.
It worked out twice.
Yeah, it's not working.
Dude, why don't I deadlift?
Why isn't my bench 100 pounds more?
I've been coming 2 weeks.
I came to 2 weeks consistently, bro.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
My bench press should be in the hundreds of pounds by now.
It should be. I'm like, my friend, I would barely hit. I'm like,
Like, bro, listen.
Listen.
Linda,
Listen. Listen.
My bench is like trash.
Yours is not trash. You better.
It's pretty trash. Compared to.
I only bench like 600 for 5.
Yeah, come on,
I fucking
guys.
hate this.
Come on, guys.
I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
You know what pissed me off the other day was that someone told me, well, of course you're strong. You're big. I'm like, if you.
What does that mean?
I know, right? I'm like, first of all,
what does that mean?
if you knew me fucking like.
Yeah. What does that mean exactly?
Like, what does that mean?
I think it's easy, like.
Or you're a guy, so you're able to do this.
Yeah.
I'm like, let me show you this. These
yeah,
females
these women, who do really well.
way better than I do.
Yeah,
like
really,
pound for pound,
really
like
well.
I'm not
Yeah.
shit.
They're like ants, you know, with like 12,000 times their body weight. Like these. Yeah, but like you're saying, you know, they just kind of. I feel like when people see, you know, they kind of just assume, you know,
They
like
see the end
you've
product.
always been that way.
Yeah.
You know, like you know how huskier guys like usually are pretty strong just because they hold more mass.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like more mass equals obviously a more, I feel like, powerful object.
But sometimes
Because you
it's
literally have more mass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Than me.
You
So,
should be.
Which you should be technically more powerful than me because mass is relative.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get too sciencey here.
I'm gonna go get a
But
whiteboard.
I'm
pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure mass is relative. Therefore, like if you have more mass, you should be like a little bit stronger. You know what I mean? Like in theory, but
Yeah, man.
you know.
I mean, wait, when you started working out, you were already deadlifting 600, right?
Yeah. First thing.
Weren't you benching like 400
Yeah,
already, bro?
first thing, dude. Like right out the gate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was already doing all that.
Dude, I skipped to 500 right like
yeah,
that.
right.
The first
Just
day,
like boom. All right, I got 500 on there, easy.
405.
Wasn't shaky at all.
I remember the first time I hit 315 on deadlift. I was like, no one can touch me.
This-
I am invincible.
I hit 315, bro. It's 3 wheels.
I'm like, get the fuck out of my face.
Oh man, yeah, I'd go 24, man. And I'd like, you know, do like 405 for like 2 with a rounded back.
Oh, dude,
And
that was my bag.
And I'd slam it on the ground all hard, and I'd be like, yeah, I'm the king of fucking 24-hour
I'm like,
fitness. Yeah, it's me.
don't fucking look at
Yeah,
it.
don't look at me. I'm over here in like a stringer tank top.
Oh, dang,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh yeah, the full thing, dude. I was in a stringer, some joggers,
Oh, jeez.
like a snapback, a big Beats headphones, bro. I had the whole setup, bro. I had the whole setup.
Did you have your gallon?
Probably. I think a 5%er gallon, actually.
5%.
Specifically, I think I had a 5% gallon. So, yeah, it was sick.
So you've evolved.
I've evolved quite a lot. I was actually thinking about this on my way over here, and then also yesterday at work. I feel like I've evolved so much even from the last podcast we did. I thought the last podcast we did was last year.
It really wasn't.
It wasn't.
It was like
It was
maybe
in
5
March.
months ago. Yeah.
It was in March. I checked the date.
Damn, dude.
It was in March. And I was like, it's only November. And I feel like I'm like so different. I'm such a different person, like from 5-6 months ago. Like, yeah, but I think it's good though. I think it's good. I'm a different
That means
person.
you're going in a good way. You know, you're going on the right
Hopefully.
way. Yeah, man. No.
Hopefully I'm going in a good direction. I don't know.
Well, that's good, dude. And you recognize that.
It was weird though. It was very strange. I was like, that's strange.
Probably a good feeling. Like a really good feeling.
No,
I would think so.
Yeah, I guess it was a good feeling. I guess
Yeah.
it was good. It was a good feeling, and it was kind of a funny feeling of like, haha, like I could just remember things I was doing at that time, you know. If you talked to me a year ago, which I think in the grand scheme isn't that long time ago, I was in such a different place a year ago.
Really?
Yeah, weird, freaking weird. A year ago, I was I think still engaged. I was in a different gym. I don't think I had my car yet.
I think that's where we first met.
Yeah, it was a long.
That feels like a really long time ago.
But it was not really that long ago.
Yeah, no.
It was not that long ago.
Which is good, dude. That means we're heading in the right place.
I hope so.
Yeah. It's like the other day, I was, when you have those days when you feel kind of like You feel kind of down. One
Yeah.
of my friends, she sent me a video of my squat from like last year.
Yeah.
I
It
was
was
like,
trash.
oh my god! I'm like, I thought that was great.
Wow.
I was like, oh jeez, get off my face.
Oh.
I was like, oh.
Yeah, I think me a year ago, I don't think I was even at any sort of numbers that were like relative.
Dude, I'm on the same boat, dude. Even now, I'm like, I could do better.
Yeah. Oh no.
Fuck. Like I feel like my numbers should be way better than they are, and I mean I have improved, and I get impatient sometimes, but it takes a while.
Yeah, I think it's all kind of a growth process. I'm trying to read here. I'm really trying to pull up November of last year real quick so I can like show you.
You're like, I want to see
Because
this.
it's kind of funny.
No, dude, I want to see. Dude,
I was in, like I said, I was in a very different place.
which is
Very, very different place. And the little wins, you know. Because honestly, I'd say throughout the last year, have a ton of things, like, improved as far as, like, my body.
well, you look fucking huge.
Like, I don't
you
know.
look bigger.
Maybe a little. Like, definitely my legs got bigger.
Oh, we don't have legs here, dude.
But, like, I know, like, yeah, anti-leg boys, but...
Yeah, man. I hope you don't squat, do you?
Oh, God, no.
Dude, that's bad for your
It's
knees.
bad for your knees.
You know
leg press, dude. Come on.
Oh, it's okay. I leg press
Always-
1,000 pounds. So.
Always, perfect. Always leg press.
Yeah, I don't squat because my knee's bad, but
Yeah.
I leg press 1,080.
Dang.
I know.
That's impressive.
No, I don't. Hey, man, I was that guy. At one point, I was like, yeah, bro, I got 1,000.
That was me a year ago.
Leg
A
press?
year ago, like almost to the day.
Bro, your legs have gotten
Yeah, I
bigger.
feel like my legs. I think
Your
probably
chest looks
the
bigger
only-
too. Holy
The
shit.
only thing that probably got better.
Nah, your legs and your chest looks fucking huge.
Yeah, just kind of like the little things. I think. You know.
You've always been like this, right? You've always been.
Oh yeah, I was actually birthed. Just like that. I was 6 foot 240, like just out the womb, dude. It was pretty sick. It was pretty sick.
Nah, bro. If you think about it, you've grown. Like you've gone massive. You've gotten massive as fuck. Just like, yeah, man. Like, I remember seeing that one like transformation picture.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
the famous one.
that baby, yeah, that
The
baby's
famous one.
fucking ridiculous.
The famous one is pretty good.
I was like,
Yeah, I was like 6 foot, like 150.
damn.
Like $150, $145, somewhere in there. So I was a pretty skinny boy.
I think they took your Flintstones gummy vitamins.
And then I took my Flintstones gummies every day and ate my Wheaties.
And they
Don't forget the Wheaties.
And
I
you drank
ate
your
them.
whole milk.
And I drank my whole milk. None of that 2% shit. Take that in the bank. Nothing's wrong with whole milk. I don't know why everyone hates on whole milk. It's great. Like, for real.
I can't
That
drink
really
milk. Right?
triggers
Fuck.
me.
I can't drink milk for shit, dude.
Oh, you can't just drink milk at all?
No, like my stomach was just
Yeah.
like, damn.
Everyone, like, I tell this to you all the time, like, it's either... Because everyone's allergic to lactose.
Is it? Yeah.
Everybody. Every single human on this planet
I fucking know that.
has lactose intolerance.
So I'm not special?
Lactose, it irritates your stomach lining. It's just how much does it irritate your stomach lining.
Oh, okay.
So me, it doesn't irritate it for shit, so I can drink a bunch of milk and be chill. But you drink a glass of milk,
Yeah, and I'm like,
you're dying.
Yeah.
So it's just the amount of, like, lactose that we can digest and process.
I get.
So,
I didn't know that.
yeah.
See, I get up every morning and I milk my almonds.
Yeah.
I just milk my
Just
almonds.
milk them.
Yeah, my little almond trees.
Isn't it weird how almonds come off of trees?
Oh yeah, they do.
They do?
I have an almond tree.
Oh, you have them?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
I just forgot I had one. I just remembered right now. I was thinking,
Oh, shit.
I have one of those.
Yeah, almonds come off of trees.
I don't know. You can eat them
I would imagine almonds growing out of the ground.
like a seed. Like
Yeah.
like it's just
I would when I imagine an almond being made, like, you know, when a mom almond and a dad almond really love each other
No, Mom,
and make an almond, I would imagine it coming out of the ground for some reason. I don't know why. I just don't feel like they come from trees. Like, they're just this tiny little thing. How do we get so many almonds?
bro.
Do you ever go to Costco?
They have a lot of sex.
Yeah, apparently. Apparently, mom and dad love almond really love each other.
They're like, we have to save the population.
We have to save the almonds.
Oh yeah.
And then we're gonna grow on a tree with a flower for some reason.
And fucking throw everyone off.
Yeah, throw everyone off, including me. I don't get it. I really don't understand. All right. Sorry, we'll get off almonds. Let's talk about.
Let's keep talking about almonds.
Let's talk about more important stuff.
The next 30 minutes are just gonna be about almonds.
Get off almonds. I'm gonna go
Alright,
way
so
too far about
peanuts.
almonds. Peanuts.
Dude,
Peanuts grow on the ground.
Yeah.
Right?
I think so.
Yeah.
They're fucking good, dude.
And so I'm just like confused. It's like, why does some nuts grow on the fucking ground and some grow in a tree? Can't we just like all just come together and like make a collective UN of almond or of nuts and like all just do the same fucking shit?
Make up your
so
mind.
You don't scare me? Because it really frightens me. A tree, they grow out of trees. You know, if I just walk out one day and there's just an almond tree, like I don't know what I'm gonna do.
That's how I was. Dude, I went out.
What is this?
I'm like, are these almonds?
I would have never guessed it. I'd just been like, what the fuck is going on here?
Dude, my question was like, how the fuck did we get an almond tree? I was like, just popped out of nowhere.
I don't think that like, I've never seen one, so I don't know if they actually exist.
It's right here, bro.
Well, I've never seen one, so you know.
After the podcast,
until I see one, I'm gonna believe they don't exist.
You're gonna be amazed. You're gonna be like, oh my god.
Yeah, my jaw's probably gonna drop.
You're like, whoa.
Even though I'm just weird like that.
On the daily fucking news tomorrow.
Yeah. A man drops of heart attack from seeing almond tree.
Everyone's like, wait, what? They come on almond trees?
Yeah, they grow on trees. Yeah, we're gonna really help people out because I feel like they're very misinformed about where almonds come from.
Misinformed, man. I feel like a lot of people are misinformed about many things. I was like, many fucking things, dude.
Many things.
Just like,
but it's kind of their fault.
At some extent, you know, at some extent.
It's like the nature versus nurture argument. How much can we blame on our society, and how much can we blame on ourselves? Go, you know. It's like who gets the bigger weight?
Yeah.
Because in my opinion, I'm a very self-motivated, self-driven kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
So if I don't know something, and you know, I'm gonna take it upon myself to know it or learn it or whatever. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I take a lot of responsibility. But I think a lot of people don't take responsibility and say, well, you know, it's your job to let me know, right? You know, it's your job to tell me what's going on, because how am I supposed to know? You know, which is a shit-ass argument.
I always hate that.
Because, you know, like, you should just fucking know shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you know, like, this happens at the gym all the time. You know, someone will come in super mad about a policy that they didn't know or whatever, you know, but they signed the paper.
They didn't read the terms and
conditions. They didn't read it. You know, it's not my fault that you didn't read the damn paper, dude. Like, how is that my fault? Mm-hmm. It's not. It's your fault. But it's my fault now, and you're blaming it on me because I didn't whatever. Which there's a very high chance that I did go over it with you. I would say
usually, dude, every time I've seen you, usually
99% chance I definitely went over this with you, but you just didn't fucking pay attention.
You're like, Okay,
sign up.
You know what they were thinking? They're like, dude, I'm gonna get fucking a 6-pack in like 5 weeks. I'm gonna be so ready for summer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be so fucking. Yep. I'm gonna put at least 35 pounds of mass in like a month.
And you know, if it was a question, it's different. But then when you start like pointing fingers, but that's with everything, right? I just use the gym as an example, but
yeah,
it's with everything. You know, if I'm like, I didn't know that. Did you read it? Why do you think? Did you ever read Apple's terms and conditions when you installed the new iOS? Oh fuck no, you didn't. You know how I know you didn't? Because it's like 50 pages of legal gibberish that you can't even understand. So I know for a fact you didn't read that shit. I know a fact you just installed that shit. So if the government starts, you know, going through your phone, you told them you could.
When?
You know, because I'm gonna go hard, bro.
No, I'm fucking listening. I'm listening.
I'm gonna go in. No, fuck it. I got 3. I got time. So we're gonna go in here, bro.
You're good.
When a private company, okay, sets terms and conditions or sets rules, it's your job as the consumer to decide whether or not you want to support that brand or company. Based on their beliefs, their terms, conditions, their pricing, their service they're providing, right? That's your job. Because you're a consumer and you're allowed to choose. Right? That's the whole fucking point of America, is you're allowed to choose. So, if you choose a company who supports something that you don't support, whose fault is that? That's yours. Because you decided to buy the new Nikes, you decided to buy the new Apple phone, you decided to buy this new camera, you decided, whatever it is, you decided to buy this whiskey, you know what I mean? Right? We're, as consumers, it's all us. But because the industry is so saturated, because there's so many options, right? We forget about the fact that we have to do research like we didn't have to before. Yeah. Before what was there? Like two car brands to pick from, you know? Yeah. Like, okay, what am I gonna get? You know, a Ford Model T? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how many options did we have? Not very many. So, you know, so if you didn't believe in Ford, then cool, you just rode your horse because you didn't believe in the company and you rode your horse and it was cool. And now, since there is like 100 different car brands, probably 1,000 different car brands, you know, no one ever does the research. They just like, okay, what looks cool? What's priced good, right? But that's only half of the equation, right? You got to think about, what are these companies supporting? Where are these companies sending money? Are they sending money overseas to support things I don't support? Are they using child labor? Are they using, you know, business practices that I don't believe with? Or are they talking to people, you know, that I don't particularly want them to talk to because I don't like that person, right? No one goes that far. Which is 100,000% your motherfucking fault. No one else's fault but yours, my guy. And then they wonder, and then these industries grow and they get huge and they get gigantic, and now they have all this power, and you know the government gets involved because these big private companies that are so big have to have some government involvement. Then they wonder, like, oh, but what happened? Well, what happened was you bought all their shit.
That's the government's fault.
What happened was that they're good salesmen.
Yeah.
And you just got your ass kicked.
They know how to market.
Yeah, they know how to manipulate you.
Yeah.
But then you're gonna come to me and act like you didn't know. You know, or it's someone else's fault but your own.
I'm not your daddy, bro.
I'm not your dad.
I'm
not your mom. I'm not your dad.
I'm not gonna hold your fucking hand.
I'm not gonna do all the research for you, right? That's it, is what it is.
Yeah,
and that just ticks me off, Juan. You know, it grinds my gears.
I was about to say that. You know
what? That people really don't think this through.
And they don't hold themselves accountable for their shit.
No, of course not.
Fuck it.
This is someone else's fault. At that point, right? Everything I just said.
Hey, as a trainer, do you think a lot of people are like, oh, it's his fault? It's his fault.
Oh yeah, 100%. People blame. Like I had one client, she'll remain unnamed, but she came to me. I mean, I had like at the time that I was training her, she said, "Hey, like I need to take a break for a couple weeks. Like, you know, I was transitioning gyms. I just broke up with my fiance at the time. I was in this transition period." She said, "Hey, like I'm gonna be out for a couple weeks." I said, "That's perfect because I'm gonna be out for a couple weeks because I got a lot of shit going on. So you know, we'll link up in a couple weeks." Well, a couple weeks went by. We never talked. You know what I mean? And then she comes to me later down the road, probably like 3, 4, maybe like 5 months later, and then just kind of grills me on how I abandoned her, and how like all this weight gain was my fault, and how she got out of shape because of me, and And like, you know, and being a little cancer boy that I am, you know, I took that real personally.
A little cancer boy.
And I was like, well, I feel like shit now. But as I thought about it more and more, I just realized she was just projecting her failures and insecurities on me, which again is not my fault.
Yeah.
So there's a certain amount of like give you have to like understand.
I get that, dude, but you can't baby everyone.
Yeah.
You can't fucking
hold their hand.
Hey man, what the fuck? So you just let her eat her Twinkies and
yeah,
what the fuck she wanted to do?
Just stop working out entirely.
Jacob, what the fuck, bro?
What the hell, man? I'm a shitty person.
Don't let that happen.
I'm a shitty person. I'm a shitty trainer. I'm going to hell. For sure, I'm going to hell.
No, bro, I know how that feels, man. I get that. That's why I can't be a trainer. I'm like,
And that's why I've moved a lot outside of personal training. Honestly, I don't have any clients really anymore.
You're more on
like if I do any training, it's coaching. You know, it's like more coaching stuff.
For the people that don't know that, what's the difference between personal trainers and coaching?
The difference between personal
people
training and coaching.
do think that's the same.
This is very, very huge.
Yeah.
Even from a very legal standpoint, this is huge.
Oh, really?
Very, yes.
Okay.
Legally also, this is very important. So personal training is supervised and instructed exercise, which you technically, by law, have to have a cert for.
Okay.
So this is why legally this is very important. If I don't have a cert and I train people, I do PT, and I somehow it comes around that I didn't have a cert, it's malpractice, it's bad. You get a lawsuit for that. So it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
So with coaching